Hey, what's up guys? Joker here, and today we have got another rumor/leak concerning the NVIDIA RTX Super graphics cards, which actually contradicts the information leaked out by WCCFTech, which we talked about yesterday, and this new rumor points to these new super cards maybe not being so super as we would have thought. But first, today's video is brought to you by LevelGo.com, where you could save money on games for all of your favorite platforms, as well as software like Windows 10 Pro for under $16, Microsoft Office 2016 Professional Plus for under $40, and Microsoft Office 2019 for under $80. And if you use my code JSL22 at checkout, you can get 22% off of Windows 10, or use the code JSL16 to get 16% off of any software over on LevelGo.com when you use the links down in the description below. So if you missed yesterday's video, I'll give you a quick recap. There was a leak over on WCCFTech where they said they had reliable sources concerning the specs of the upcoming RTX Super graphics cards and that they would be revealed on June 21st. They pointed out that there would be a new 2080 Ti Super graphics card, and the RTX 2080 would basically be a slightly cut down but unlocked version of the current RTX 2080 Ti with 11 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory, which would definitely put something in your craw. I don't know, what's that terminologies. You ever find yourself halfway into a sentence and then you're just like, how do I get out of here? That's how I feel right now. Anyway, back on topic. So yeah, they had some pretty darn impressive specs that they were talking about with these RTX Super cards. However, now to a new leak over on videocards.com, who I would consider more credible than WCCFTech usually, and they've got their information coming from Igor over at Igor's Lab and also Tom's Hardware Germany. He's an OG in the tech industry, so I would definitely take his information to be more reliable than WCCFTech, and also having spoken in previous times with the editor over at Video Cards by the name of YCry. He definitely has a discerning eye when it comes to leaks and rumors. He doesn't publish anything just for easy clicks, kind of like WCCFTech does, let's be honest. So yeah, he's got a very good track record when it comes to this kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look over there and see what the differences are compared to what WCCF posted, who have also now posted their own updates saying that Igor's numbers are probably more reliable and that the 2080 probably doesn't have 11 gigabytes of VRAM. They kind of underplayed it, honestly, because these numbers contradict pretty much everything that was said in the WCCFTech article. So that's why I really wanted to update you guys on this here today. So go ahead and panning down here, you can see there's a good old Igor, a friend of mine on Facebook. Very good guy. But as you can see here, you got his specs that he posted in this screenshot, which YCry has gone ahead and put into a graph for us, which is a little bit easier to digest. As you can see, there's no 2080 Ti Super card listed at all. So that seems to be a wash right now. There's no information on it. There could possibly be there, but Igor didn't post anything on the 2080 Ti Super. So based on this information right now, I would have to assume it's probably not going to be a real thing, which is actually pretty good because it didn't really make much sense for them to refresh that anyway. And the 2080 Super doesn't look that impressive compared to what they were saying, where they were basically saying it was going to be a 2080 Ti. Now it's still going to be a TU-104, though it's going to be a TU-104-450, and it's going to have 3,072 CUDA cores versus 2,944. So that is just a very marginal bump up, but it's probably just enough to give NVIDIA that slight edge over Radeon 7 GPUs, where maybe they were losing in some titles. It'll give them a little bit of a bump up in terms of performance, but also the memory is going to be faster at 16 gigabit per second versus 14 gigabit per second, while still maintaining the 8 gigabytes of GDDR6, so no changes there. The 2070 is getting more CUDA cores added to it versus what the 2080 got, getting 2,560 on the Super variant versus 2,304, and the 2060 Super is getting 2,176 versus the previous 1920, and nothing is changing with the 2070 or 2060 Super variants in terms of memory, whether it be speed or how much memory is actually available along with the GPU. So as I said, this definitely contradicts what we saw from that leak over on WCCFTech. So obviously with any leak or rumor, you should always take them with a grain of salt, something that I usually mention in every video like this. But, with Igor's track record, I'm hoping that his numbers are a little bit more accurate compared to what we saw yesterday from WCCFTech. So I would say that right now, these numbers that we have here today are probably the more reliable of the two. So definitely take them with a grain of salt as well, but hopefully we'll get some more information, as both WCCFTech as well as Video Cards seem to agree that there will be a June 21st reveal date, although in Video Card's article they did go on to mention in there that the cards will not launch until mid-July, which is still not that much further away. That's only a month away from now, and it would definitely coincide with the Navi launch, which is meant to be on the 7th of July. So it looks like we're going to have a whole bunch of new GPUs to test and look at, and possibly for you guys to purchase in the month of July, which, as I said, not that much further away. And if you do end up picking up one of these RTX cards, I did get some information today. Actually, this was probably not meant to be revealed yet by the developer of the new Doom Eternal game, Bethesda, but they kind of let the cat out of the bag during an interview at E3, saying that the game is actually going to support ray tracing on the new id Tech 7 engine, which is not that far-fetched. Honestly, we already know that Wolfenstein Youngblood is going to support ray tracing as well as adaptive shading. We don't know yet whether or not Doom Eternal will support adaptive shading, and we also don't know what type of ray tracing this will support. Could be ray trace reflections, ray trace shadows, or global illumination. Would be nice to get all three, but I think they're probably going to go towards ray trace reflections, which would look pretty cool, honestly, in that type of game. Doom kind of has I don't want to say cartoony, but it has a slightly cartoony-ish look about it. And with all of the lights and effects that are always happening in it, seeing those kind of reflect off of the metal surfaces can actually look really, really cool. So I would definitely be one that would want to check that out once it does come out later this year. But that is all the information I have got for you guys right now on RTX Super Cards. If there is anything else that comes about that either confirms or maybe makes this information look not as genuine as we believe it to be, then I will certainly update you guys in a video in the coming weeks until we get all of the final information on the RTX Super graphics cards. But hopefully we do get the full specs and reveal from NVIDIA on the 21st, but I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback down in the comments below. What do you think about this versus the WCCF rumor? Because I was pretty annoyed when I heard that they were going to be refreshing the 2080 Ti as well and moving the current 2080 Ti down to be a 2080 Super, more or less. So I can see that annoying a lot of people that were early adopters of RTX graphics cards, but these new specs kind of make it seem not as bad because it's just a very slight edge up to kind of give them that little bit of an extra edge over AMD, who has the new cards coming out and they're going to be competing with the 2070, 2060. They've already got Radeon 7 competing with the 2080. So NVIDIA just kind of wants to keep that edge over AMD and then also shift down the pricing of the current RTX cards, which will help them compete better in terms of price to performance. So we'll just have to wait and see on that in the coming days and weeks, and I'll keep you guys apprised of any new information that does come about. But I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here and enjoy the rest of my day. As always, I do thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and ringing that notification bell, which helps me tremendously. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another video. Sarah.